Today we have an absolutely amazing mix of pets who are looking for their forever homes, as well as pets who are looking for temporary foster homes. We're going to introduce you to those babies and tell you so much more right here on Pets on Parade. Good morning and welcome to Pets on Parade, brought to you by 3TV. I'm Kelsey Dickerson with the Arizona Humane Society. Thank you so much for tuning in with us this morning. Now, if you're a fan of superheroes and comic books like I am, then you are definitely going to love this little DC Comics favorite. He'll have you asking, "Where's Rachel?" That's a deep cut, in case anyone doesn't know. We're going to tell you all about that, and it just might be a superhero day on today's show. Well, you can be a superhero in your own right by becoming a foster hero for pets in need. Peter and Parker are just two of the pets who are currently looking for a place to stay while they grow big and strong. We'll introduce you to them in just a bit. And our first pet of the show has definitely been through quite a traumatic time, but that is exactly why the Arizona Humane Society cares for pets like her. And if anyone is a fan of Parks and Rec, then they're gonna love Leslie Knope. Perry.
Leslie Knope. This is her live in person on our set. She's a 4-year-old little dachshund mix, probably like a little wire-haired dachshund, very, very cute. Came in through an emergency animal clinic with those wounds that you just saw. Pretty bad. She's got some staples in her neck here, lots of contusions, lots of wounds. Is on meds currently for those wounds right now, and still needs care. We are actually asking for a foster for Leslie here. You know, I foster, but I've never actually fostered for wounds or not, but I don't think it really matters. I think everybody would agree fostering in a home is something that you just can't replace. We try to make our shelter really, really nice for the animals, and it is. However, it's not home. Having a dog in your home where they feel very, very, very safe and very, very well cared for, you cannot replace that. It is so rewarding to bring a dog like this into your home and watch those wounds heal, or to watch a puppy put on weight and grow big and strong. It is a fantastic experience. We've had fosters on here. We just had one. You know, we're going to have lots of fosters on every show. Please, people, if you have room in your heart, room in your house, call us, give us a call, go to our website, azhumane.org/foster, and see if you can help one of these little guys. Get them into your home and make them big and strong and healthy again.
Absolutely, we could not do the work that we do without our foster heroes, and I mean, look at how sweet Leslie is. I love that. Thank you for that, Perry. And just like Batman himself, Janine has come with some great gadgets to help pet owners out there. Tell us about Gotham City's finest, Janine.
This is Batman. Okay, that was really bad. Look at him, 13-week-old little pitty puppy. He has a few little wounds that are healing up because puppies play hard. I mean, they're rough and tumble, and so he had to, have a little bit of treatment for those, but they're almost healed up, no problem at all. And this is the age where training is perfect timing because he's very treat motivated, as you can tell. So they respond very quickly. And this is when you start bonding with your pet by having training sessions with them, especially at 13 weeks old, because he's going to be a big boy when he's ready to go. But look at his, I don't have any more treats, I'm done. And he's just an awesome little dog. I mean, I think he was the spunkiest one of the group, but yeah, he's very sweet and on top of that. But I want to show some fun tools. I mean, treats and toys are great for pets, but practical stuff, that's what I'm all about. This is called a mat splitter. And what you do is it's nubbed on the end, but it's sharper on the edge. And you can break through the long hair, cats and dogs. And what that will do is it breaks up the mats. And I have two little dogs that have very fine fur, so the slicker brush pulls too much. And this actually will break through in their tangles, and it doesn't hurt their skin as long as you hold their skin while you're doing it. That's the key, is to hold the skin first. And then there's another thing called a furminator. This is an awesome tool. This gets rid of the undercoat. And they're very important for double-coated animals. And cats love them. I mean, because it feels good against their skin. It actually stimulates the blood, and it makes their fur and their skin healthier. So, and it's really short little teeth, and this is perfect. You can do it on shorter hair dogs too, and because short hair dogs do shed, so you know, you got to take care of that. But once you do these little things, that's what makes pet ownership great, because you've controlled the issues that are, you know, probably bugging you.
Absolutely. Those are such great tools. Thank you so much for that, Janine. And while our new Papago Park campus is still a couple of weeks from its official grand opening, set for March 6th, we want to remind you that our Sunny Slope campus is no longer where you take sick or injured pets, as we have officially said goodbye to it earlier this week and moved pets from Sunny Slope into our new building. We'll be doing more on the show to say goodbye to AHS's original building, but wanted to ensure our audience knows to go to our new location if you find sick or injured pets or are picking up a foster pet. AHS's Papago Park campus is located east of 202 on Van Buren. Make sure to visit azhumane.org for more information. And of course, we love all of our pets at the Arizona Humane Society, but we definitely have a soft spot in our heart for our long-timers, and especially our long-timer seniors like Steele. Steele is as handsome as they come. His model-like good looks earned him a Zoolander themed name for the signature blue Steele pose. Despite being 12 years old, this senior pitty still has plenty of energy to strut his stuff, whether it's on a runway or a walk around the neighborhood. He loves to prance around the play yards at the Arizona Humane Society and has become a favorite among our dog walking volunteers. He loves every person he meets and loves to cuddle up with all of his human friends. He's hoping to be adopted by someone who can spoil him with lots of love and belly rubs. He does prefer to be the center of attention though, and will need to be the only pet in the home. And this sweet senior boy has already mastered the basics of what it is to be a good boy. He's house trained and crate trained. He just needs lots of love and care. If you'd like to meet Steele, you can meet him at our South Mountain location or visit the website on your screen at azhumane.org/adopt. And I'm not sure what the recommended amount of servings of fruit you're supposed to have in a day is anymore, but you know what? I think everyone agrees that this kiwi needs to be in your life, Bree.
Oh my goodness. Kiwi has been snuggling with me here in the studio and just absolutely wonderful. Kiwi came to us because somebody had too many pets and their rental agreement didn't allow that many pets. So unfortunately she came to us, but she's just a little sweet kitten. She's already litter box trained because kittens catch on to that so quickly. She loves scratchers, and we've been told that she loves crinkly balls, which are really inexpensive toys that you can get at a local PetSmart or on Amazon in bulk, which I have done because they are so popular and they tend to get under appliances and furniture pretty easily. But they're great because if you step on them, they don't really hurt as much as stepping on a cat ball or maybe a Lego. I think that's the pain we all have experienced before, especially with pet ownership, is stepping on a toy that hurts. We have some upcoming events that are going to be so much fun this spring. We have March 28th, and I already have my ticket, so come join me. We are going to be going to the Brewers Cubs game. That's over at Maryvale, and that means our wagon truck will be there with adoptable pets. So my goodness, you could go see a great game. I think it's going to be Craig Council's first game managing the Cubs, so that's exciting. But yeah, come down, adopt a pet, love on the pets, and enjoy a beautiful day.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be so much fun. And like we've been mentioning, kitten season is almost here, and we need your help to save AHS's smallest, most vulnerable patients. Oh my goodness, the cutest segment is about to come up. Make sure to stay tuned. Welcome back to Pets on Parade. Now, we've been saying it for a few weeks now, but as you all know, kitten season is coming, and to have the most adorable demo today, joining me is Carrie Hughes and Nikki Marcus with some absolutely tiny babies. Thank you both so much for being here today.
Absolutely. I can't believe it's already here.
Cannot believe it's already here. It doesn't feel like it ends sometimes, you know. It's not even technically kitten season, and we still have some little ones. But before we get into all of the intricacies of caring for these tiny little babies, how many of these little ones did we save last year, Carrie?
Gosh, our foster heroes took well over 1,000 bottle baby kittens
and another 1,000 kittens that were in between the ages of 4 weeks and 8 weeks old. So our foster heroes truly saved the lives of all of these tiny neonates, and we couldn't do it without the support of the community.
Absolutely not. Now, we ideally would love to have them in a foster hero home, and we're going to talk about that in just a little bit, but our Bottle Baby ICU truly is a 24-hour operation. Can you show us what our volunteers and employees do to be able to feed these little ones and how adorable it is?
Yes, so it is around-the-clock care. These little kittens are fed anywhere from every 2 to 4 hours. They cannot control their own body temperature. They actually can get pretty cold pretty quickly, so they will be provided with a heat disc. And then we get our formula, check the temperature to make sure it's not too hot, not too cold for them. And you're going to want to make sure that they are on their stomach, not on their back, so they don't aspirate. And you just kind of try to offer them the bottle. Come on, okay.
He says, Auntie Nikki, I just ate a little bit ago. I'm not hungry.
Okay, there you go.
Oh my goodness.
And you can really tell that they're interested in eating when their ears start to twitch.
Oh, this is the cutest thing ever. And what is so amazing is that you weigh them before to see how much they weigh, and you weigh them after to make sure they're not getting too little, not getting too much. But this is truly something that a mama cat would normally be doing. Unfortunately, these little ones are orphaned, usually when they come into our location with no one else to be able to care for them. Obviously, we love being able to see these little ones in our shelter, but the best place for them is in a foster hero home, right, Carrie?
Absolutely. And being a Bottle Baby foster for AHS, we are absolutely going to provide you with all of the training that you need. And the best part, Kelsey, is that this training is available online. So you don't even have to come into the shelter until you pick up your first case of kittens. We'll walk through all the steps that it's going to take to be able to successfully care for these little neonates. Now, our kittens are usually anywhere from 1 week to 8 weeks old as they are growing up to become big and strong. And so there's a lot of different variety of ages that we can be able to provide, but our Bottle Baby ICU quickly fills up. We have a capacity of about 76 right now, and so, we want to make sure that these kittens keep moving through into foster homes so that we can keep saving the ones that are coming through our door.
Absolutely. Being able to have that individualized care in a loving foster home is definitely important. And, for anyone who is out there being like, maybe I'm not able to take in a pet or a kitten, there's a lot of supplies that we go through as well.
Oh my gosh. So we are going to provide you with all of the supplies that you see here to be successful, including the food, the formula, bottles. We have a wonderful partnership with World's Best cat litter, heating pad, litter boxes, and all of these supplies can be found online on our wish list for our community to purchase. We definitely go through hundreds and hundreds of heating pads each year, and so we would love the donations as well to be able to be successful this kitten season.
Absolutely, and you can find everything you need either for the donation wish list or to become a foster hero at our website, azhumane.org. Nikki, Carrie, little ones, thank you so much for being here with us today. This truly is amazing. We are also so appreciative of everything that your teams do to be able to save the lives of sick, injured, and abused pets just like them. And we are so thankful for all of your support as well. Make sure to keep it tuned right here to Pets on Parade. Welcome back to Pets on Parade. Now we have another kitty a bit older than the ones we saw before the break who is in need of a loving foster home, and thanks to a great supporter there is definitely a wonderful way to help him. Oh my goodness, I just love this cat, Lisa.
Yeah, he is really, really sweet. He is, as you can see, three-legged now, but he is really sweet. He has this dense, soft coat, but he was found, and a Good Samaritan brought him into an emergency animal clinic. Thank goodness. They noticed right away that he was dragging his back leg, and so they gave him some pain meds and kept him comfortable at the emergency animal clinic until our EAMTs could get out and pick him up to rush him back to the trauma hospital. They did some x-rays to see what we could do with that back leg, but unfortunately it just had too much of an injury, so this sweet, handsome man is now a tripod. Here, I'm going to stand him up so you can see. He's really great. He does really well because this was amputated on February 2nd, so I'm sorry, not February 2nd, February 10th. So he is adjusting really, really well. He just needs a little more time in foster just to be sure he's ready to go up for adoption. He is healthy and spunky, but there are so many ways that you can help the Humane Society. And another one of our wonderful supporters is Jamie Middleton, and she had joined all of her loves, which is the love of golf and the love of the animals at the Arizona Humane Society. So Jamie arranged on April 5th every year the Home in One 3rd annual golf tournament. So it's out at McCormick Ranch, and you can get involved by buying a foursome, or if you just want to golf yourself, we will hook you up into a foursome. Jamie comes out there and tells you all about why she loves supporting the Arizona Humane Society, and it is a wonderful fundraiser for the Arizona Humane Society every year, out on April 5th. So the weather's going to be great. Come on out to McCormick. You can go on our website at azhumane.org/golf to find out more information about how to get yourself involved or maybe even buy a foursome.
And you know what? It is going to be so beautiful out on the course. We're going to have so many cute pets. And you know what? You know it's going to save little ones like Jack. Thank you so much for that, Lisa. And up next, we have a set of handsome brothers who know that with great power comes great responsibility. I think the character they're named after would agree, Perry.
Absolutely, Kelsey. These little guys right here, Frank has Peter, and I have Parker. And these are actually 2 of 9 little bunnies that were born in a foster home. We've been talking lots of foster today. We're going to continue to talk more foster with these little guys. You know, lots of people say, well, I'd like to foster, but I can't do dogs, I can't do cats. Well, what about little guys like this, little bunnies? They're a little bit less care required. They are very, very sweet. They're 14 weeks old, but rabbits are a little bit unique in their fostering. They actually have to be, the males have to be 4 months, the females have to be 6 months before they can be spay or neutered. So you're actually talking a little bit longer of a foster period. So we'll give you all the things you need, the Timothy hay, the rabbit hutch, everything you possibly could think of. We're going to give you for these little guys. They do require more fostering, like I said. Super, super sweet. A very long-haired bunny. It's hard to believe these guys are siblings. And a very, very short one. We got yin and yang going on here. We got black and white. We got all kind of cool things going on here. This is one of my favorite things I talk about is this 50-50 raffle we do. How many times can you donate to a facility, to a nonprofit, and actually get money back? Not just a little bit of money, like lots and lots of money. Ticket, for the price of a ticket, right now it's around $30,000 for the jackpot. It's going to get probably up to about 50 usually. That means you're going to walk away with 50% of that $25,000 possibly. Go to our website, azhumane.org/5050, and learn how you can make a donation and get back the money, I don't know, a couple thousandfold.
Oh my goodness. One of the many things I wish I could enter as well. Thank you so much for that, Perry and Frank. And named after my personal favorite superhero, you don't need a lasso of truth to admit how adorable this pup is. Who is this cutie, Janine?
Wonder Woman. This is Batman's sister. Look at her. She is very mellow and sweet. She's just, I've been holding her and she wasn't squirming out of my arms. She was perfect. I just love her disposition. Look at her, and she loves treats. And she's 13 weeks old, so training is going to be very important for her. But I want to talk about this great tool. We talked about the lasso that Wonder Woman uses. Well, walking your dog is so important because of mental stimulus, physical, and what do people complain about? My dog pulls. Well, this is called a slip lead, and what this does is you put it over their head. You don't need a collar. And you usually, get them used to it with a treat, so they just start putting it on their head easily. And it has a little leather piece right here that you can cinch it down, and you keep it right behind their ears. That is where they're the most sensitive, and they're going to walk so much easier. People that put their leashes and everything around their neck, this is choking hazard. And prong collars, those are that's negative reinforcement. And then everyone says, well, use a harness for pulling. What do? Harnesses are for, say, the Huskies, and they're doing the Iditarod, and they're pulling a sled, and they're all in harnesses. So that actually encourages pulling. Or maybe if you're a rollerblader and you need someone to pull you down the road because you're a little bit on the slow side. But this is like the most perfect tool, and we use them at the shelter all the time, but it's just right there. And it makes walking your dog so much easier. You can just use 2 fingers, and they're going to follow you everywhere you want to go. So I just fixed that problem for you. So walk your dog.
Thank you for that, Janine. And also, too, we have lots of great training tips and training classes to help as well. And it's been quite a while since we've had guinea pigs available for adoption at the Arizona Humane Society. And right now we have 3 looking for their forever homes at our South Mountain campus. Oats, Ziggy, and Creeper were surrendered to us earlier this month after their owner could no longer care for them. While they don't have to go together, guinea pigs are very social creatures who usually love being around people and other piggies. So to learn more, visit azhumane.org/adopt. And we saw this little one's sister earlier, but do you know what goes best with kiwi? A strawberry, and I've never seen one this cute before, Bree.
Oh, sweet little Strawberry has been cuddling with everyone in the studio. She's a little bit nervous because there's so much action going on, but what a little cuddler. Came from the same batch where the owner could not have that many kittens in their apartment. Always make sure that you have permission to have the pets beforehand. But this little sweetheart is already litter box trained. She knows how to use her scratchers, and she loves to have these crunchy foil balls. She just has a great time with them. She gets along with her siblings great, so with proper introduction, she'd probably get along with other pets that you already have in the house. Oh my gosh, it's just so amazing. But our staff, our emergency animal technicians, responded to over 15,000 calls for assistance this last year alone. And it's just really, really important that if you see something, definitely trust your gut and go ahead and report it. So if something's bothering you over at your neighbor's house and you just think something is slightly off, call the police, so your local police department, or call AHS directly. But it's just so important because you don't want somebody suffering when you're such an animal lover. You definitely want to make sure that they're in loving families.
Absolutely. Thank you for that important reminder, Bree. And if you're looking for a beautiful gemstone to add to your collection, then look no further. We'll introduce you to this radiant girl when we come back from the break. Welcome back to the show. Now, we had an adorable pair of bunnies on today's show that needed a foster home, and now we want to show you an adorable pair of bunnies who are looking for their forever home. Let's take a look at Clover and Sam. One of the most beautiful gemstones, in my opinion. If anyone's looking for a gem of a pup, then look no further than Opal. She is gorgeous, Lisa.
She is beautiful. She is a 2-year-old pit bull that sadly her owner died, and the police department brought her in for some protective custody into an emergency animal clinic. So what happens to those dogs is we hold them for a period of time for the next of kin to see if anybody would like to add them to her family, and unfortunately this person's family couldn't. So this strong girl is with us now looking for a new home, but she will probably benefit from some training. As you can see, she pulls a little bit on the leash. So at our new Papago campus that we've been talking about, if you use the discount code PPC, Papago Park Campus, you will receive 15% off a training package at the new facility so that everybody can learn about the new facility and become familiar with it. So please go online and learn more about our training. We have online tips, and if you want a class, use the code PPC for 15% off.
Absolutely. And oh my gosh, you know, those tail wags, she is just as excited as we are. Thank you so much for that, Lisa. And thank you for tuning in with us this Saturday. We hope you're able to join us for all of the events that are helping pets, and of course at our new Papago Park campus once it officially opens. Thank you so much for your continued support. We'll see you right here next week for Pets on Parade.